Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Trevor, if you don't know. This video is going to be about leadership and how to be a good leader. So, we're going to get into the video. I'm not going to spend too much time on the intro. Alright, so the first point I want to get at is being authentic, being your authentic self. In order to be a good leader, in order to be someone that people really gravitate towards and like and admire, you have to be authentic. You have to be your true self. No one isn't gonna actually admire you and be interested in you and what you do if you're just trying to imitate someone else. You have to be your authentic self. You have to be your real, true self in order to really be an effective leader. All right, so being authentic is one of the most important things to being a leader. A lot of times, people want to be in a position, in such a high position, that is looked up to by other people. But you can't truly be in that position if you aren't truly first authentic to yourself and you aren't real and true to yourself first. There's no way that you can open that door for other people to be true and authentic and raw with you so that they can actually be inspired by you and you can actually lead them, you know? So being authentic is really important. I think that's one of the most important things about being a leader is just being true to yourself and staying true to yourself. Like I said, there's no really way you can really lead without being authentic and without being true to yourself. The next point I want to get at here is standing firm on what you believe. If you're going to lead, you have to stand firm and grounded in what you believe in. If you believe in something, but when you're in the spotlight, you don't really stand firmly on what you believe and you're kind of like wishy-washy, that's not going to work. You have to stand firm in your beliefs and what you believe in. That's the only way you can truly be an effective leader. That's the only way people would truly want to be inspired by you and look up to you. And not in like a bad way, but just in like a leader way, you know, a good role model. You have to stand firm on what you believe. You cannot switch up your beliefs. You cannot, one minute you believe this, next minute you believe that. You have to stand firm on what you believe till the end. And if you know that what you believe in is right, then there should be no problem standing firm on what you believe. Like I said earlier, a lot of times we believe something, but then when we get in the spotlight, we kind of like switch up a little bit, or we kind of don't really want to express or voice what we believe in and stand for it, you know? But you can't be a leader like that. If you really want to be a leader, you have to stand firm on your beliefs, on your morals. And you have to express that and voice that. And you have to let people know where you stand. One of the most important things to be an effective leader is standing firm on what you believe and never switching up, never being wishy-washy, you know? Figure out what you believe in and stand on that. All right, the next point I want to get into to being a good, effective leader is having morals and having principles. In order to lead, you have to have morals. You have to have principles that you stand firm on. And that's kind of like what I was saying in the last bullet point. You have to stand on what you believe in. And you have to have a spine. You can't easily be swayed, or you can't just, like I said, switch up one minute believing this, the next minute believing that. You have to have morals and principles that you believe and that you stand on. And that's really important. Like, you should figure out what are your morals, you know? Do you even have any morals, or do you even have any principles? Figure that out. And once you do that, stick with that and stand firm on that, you know? There's no way someone will want to actually be influenced by you if you don't even know what you believe in yourself and you don't even know where you stand yourself, you know? If you're not sure, why would somebody else be sure, as in to believe in you and to be influenced by you and even follow you, you know? If you want to be a good role model for the kids, for the youth, for the people, figure out your morals and your principles and stand on that and stick with that to the end. And that's the only true way that you could really be a good, effective, positive leader for the people, you know? Last but most important point I want to get into to being a good and effective leader is being a good example and a role model for the youth and the ones following you. This is very, very important. Nowadays, we look around and we see that there's a lot of people that doesn't have good morals, good principles, that aren't necessarily a good role model. Yeah, they may be confident in what they're doing, but that doesn't make them a good leader. That doesn't make them a good role model. Now, this is really important because if you're going to be a leader, if you're going to be in that position of having followers and influencers, or being an influencer, you have to be a good one that will lead in a positive and in a good way. If you have thousands and thousands of kids looking up to you every day, no matter what you do, whether it's music or influence or social media or sports, or no matter what you do, if you have thousands of kids or the youth or the young adults looking up to you and listening to what you do and what you say, you have to make sure that you are a good and positive leader. You have to make sure that when you are in that position of having people look up to you, make sure that you're doing that in a positive way, in a way that will influence other kids to also grow up and actually become someone, you know? Don't be in a leadership position and lead people down the wrong path. That's just not good. Don't do that. If you're going to be in a leadership position, lead with good morals, with integrity, with positivity, with righteousness, with wisdom. Lead with good, positive, effective things that you know could help other people, especially people that are in maybe a rough position or a rough situation. If they have someone that they could look up to and that they could be influenced by, you're going to want to be that leader that is leading in a good, positive way. What good is a leader? A person that's confident in himself, a person that can influence people easily. What good is he if he doesn't lead and influence in a positive and in a good way? If he's doing negative things and he's teaching other people, especially younger people that are way younger than him, if he's leading them in a negative and in a wrong way, that would be doing so much damage and so much negativity in the world, you know? Make sure that you're leading in a positive and in a good way. And especially if you have kids that are influenced by you and that look up to you, you're going to want to be a good role model. You're going to want to be somebody that people can say, yeah, I've been helped by him and he did good things for me, you know? You're going to want to be remembered as a good person, as a person who did good, positive things. What good is a leader if he doesn't lead people in the right direction? What good is he? I mean, like, that's useless. If you're going to be confident, if you're going to be a good role model, if you're going to be a leader, do it in a good way. Do it in a positive way. A way that will help people reach their end goal and where they want to be, you know? If you're going to be a leader, one of the best things I can say do is Lead people to being a better version of themselves. That's one of the best things you can do for other people. Lead them to being a better version of themselves. And you can do this in many ways, many different ways. But like I said, you're going to want to be remembered as someone who helped and someone who did a good thing for other people if you're a leader and if you're a role model. Like I said earlier, if you're a very negative and a very toxic person, but you're confident in that and you're kind of like in a leader situation, that's not good at all. You don't want to be confident in being someone who isn't a good, positive leader. You don't want to be confident in something that's bad, that will lead people down the wrong path. You don't want to be confident in that. If you're going to be confident in what you do, and if you're going to actually be someone who is able to influence other people, you don't want to be confident in doing the wrong thing, in doing bad things, in leading people in bad ways down the wrong direction. You don't want to be confident in that. So that's why I said earlier, have morals, have principles, and have good leadership traits and characteristics so that you can lead in the right way. I said that was the last point that I was going to use for being a good leader, but I also want to say in the world that we live in today, there's a lot of people who are, like I was saying earlier, very confident and would make a good leader, but they lead in the wrong way, and they're very confident in it. And I just want to say, we need more good leaders. We need more good role models. We don't need more people who are confident in doing the wrong thing. We don't need more of that. We need more people who are confident in doing the right thing and being a good leader with morality and with integrity and with good leadership characteristics and traits. We need more people like that. So no matter what you do in life, like I said earlier, you're going to have people who look up to you, and you're going to have people who are influenced by you, especially if you're successful. With that kind of power to be able to influence other people, don't misuse that power. Don't mistreat that power in doing the wrong thing, because whether you know it or not, that power has a huge effect on other people and on the world in general. So if you have big amounts of power like that, don't use it in the wrong way. We have enough of that in the world. We have enough people using their power for the wrong things, using their influence for the wrong things, and it's leading a lot of people, especially the youth, down the wrong path. So don't misuse that power. If you have power, use that power to make a good, positive change and effect on the world and on the people. That's honestly one of the most important parts to being a leader, because you can be a leader, you could be an influencer with lots of power, but it's all about how you use that power, you know? And you don't want to misuse that power or use that power in the wrong way, because not only is karma real, but also, like I said, you weren't put here to use your power to misguide people and to do the wrong things and to influence people to do the wrong things. You were put here to use your power for good, positive change and effects on the world and on the people. So, yeah, that was the last point I wanted to get into. To being a good leader, be authentic, stand firm on what you believe, have morals and principles, don't misuse your power, and be a good example, be a good role model for the people that come after you, you know? And just be remembered like that. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. It was kind of quick. But yeah, I hope you basically got the point of this whole video. Thank you for watching if you did. If you stayed the whole video, if you didn't, I hope you at least took some advice from this video. All right? Peace.